which can do that mix and match. Citizens can't do it. And I am saying, my lord, that this defeats the citizens' right to know about who is funding these political parties. In fact, my lord, in a recent judgment, the Central Information Commission has ruled that these 6 national parties are public authorities under the Right to Information Act. Now, unfortunately, despite that judgment, most of these political parties are not obeying that. Now, mix and match can't be done by ordinary citizens. In fact, my lord, even if I wanted to find out which companies have purchased electoral bonds, there are 23 lakh registered companies in India, 23 lakh. I would have to scan of course, every company is obliged to file the returns of their income and expenditure in the Ministry of Corporate Affairs website. And by paying some fee, I as a citizen can also access that website of that company to see what is the income and expenditure of that company. So theoretically, it is possible for me to find out which company has purchased electoral bonds worth how much, purchased and given. But I won't know who have they given it to. All that I will know is total amount purchased by them. Now, citizen can't be expected to go through. Of course, we have found out about some companies which I'll be coming to. I'll give those examples, which have purchased electoral bonds because that can be seen from their disclosure to the corporate affairs. But I can't be expected to find out from 23 lakh registered companies who has purchased how much electoral bonds. But government can. State Bank of India knows. And because State Bank is owned by the government, therefore, theoretically, my lord, they can, if they exert sufficient pressure on the State Bank, they can find out who has purchased this particular electoral bond. Because State Bank has that information, though they are prohibited by law from disclosing it to anybody by the scheme. But they have that information. And they also have the information as to which political party has encashed which electoral bond. So State Bank is the only authority which can do that mix and match. Which can do that mix and match. Citizens can't do it. And I am saying, my lord, that this defeats the citizens' right to know about who is funding these political parties. In fact, my lord, in a recent judgment, the Central Information Commission has ruled that these 6 national parties are public authorities under the Right to Information Act. Now, unfortunately, despite that judgment, most of these political parties are not obeying that. They are not appointing information officers, which they are obliged under the RTI Act, so that people can ask them questions. We have in fact filed a petition in this court on the basis of that CIC judgment as well as the RTI Act as well as the fundamental right of people to know, etc., which is pending, which has been separated by this court. But I am pointing out that here you have completely made mincemeat of people's right to be informed about funding of political parties by introducing an instrument which today forms the bulk of donations to political parties. They are the bulk of donations to political parties today. This instrument. Then, my lord, 12 of the scheme says, yeah, theek hai, chodo usko. The bond can be encashed only by an eligible political party by depositing the same in their designated bank account. So these are the broad salient features of the scheme. that, however, these are bearer bonds, and as I said, my lord, even the person who has purchased it may just hand it over to another XYZ, and that XYZ may give it to the political party, and therefore the political party can also turn around and say, I don't know who gave me this electoral bond, somebody came and gave it to me, I don't know. In fact, I have been the recipient myself of, there was this register of the CBI director. Somebody came to my residence at night and gave me 2 volumes of the residence register, original register of that CBI director. And actually, I didn't know who is that person. There were these 2 people who came and gave it to me. But when I looked at the register, I could make out that this has to be original. Nobody can fabricate these kind of details. The time, date, car number, persons, and so on, visiting the CBI director. And on the basis of that, this court then ordered an SIT to be constituted because he was being visited by several people who were being investigated by the CBI at that point of time. But I'm saying that sometimes I get information from people whom I don't know. But I know that this is authentic information because I can make out by looking at it that this has to be authentic. In that case, my lord, initially the court asked me to disclose who gave you the register. So this was a petition by CPIL. We held a meeting of CPIL and we decided that, of course, I didn't even know, but we decided to take a principled stand that whistleblower has given it and we can't disclose the name of the whistleblower. So I'm saying that a political party can easily turn around and say, we don't know who has given it. Somebody left it. Because this is a bearer bond. Now, my lord, coming back to the submissions. So I have stated the salient features. In this, there are 1 or 2 other things also. That the window, if your lordship turns to page 12 of my written submissions, the window of sale of electoral bonds. That's right.
Can you come to the 3 points?
Yes, I'm coming, Lord.
You have seen the scheme now.
Yeah.
Let's go straight to your submission.
Right. And now, my lord, coming to my submissions, they start at page. First, your lordship may see the previous orders of this case, which I have quoted at page 15. I just wanted to read the justification given by the government for these electoral bonds. At page 14 of my written submissions, I have quoted the relevant part. Para 15 of my written submissions. On 7/1/18.
Volume 1.
Volume 1, page 14.